All right, I wasn't nervous until those singers came out, and I'm like, that's what I have to follow? Oh dear. Thanks, Stacey. All right. Ani, Katrina Indishnikas, Katakenzi and Dodem, Mississauga and Donjaba, Sigun and Dot, Latvian Canadian and Dow, Jornjbe, Minidogami, Biosphere, and Donja Anaki. Hello, welcome everybody. My name is Katrina, as Becky so kindly introduced me. I'm thrilled that you could all make it tonight. I know the weather wasn't exactly on our side, but it is beautiful out there. So once we all make it home safely, we can enjoy that. But thank you so much for making it out today. I won't be speaking for terribly long. I do really look forward to the speakers who are going to follow me, and I think they'll be a lot more interesting than I am. But since 2008, the State of the Bay program has been working to bring together multiple sources of information to communicate environmental changes in Eastern Georgian Bay, known in the original language of the territory as Minidogami, Great Lake of the Spirit. Working with partners, the Georgian Bay Minidogami Biosphere gathers available research about water, wetlands, fish, and other unique habitats in this special landscape to share information with folks like yourselves who care about Georgian Bay. For the third edition of the State of the Bay magazine, it was clear that a deeper understanding of the changes happening to the lands and waters of this landscape would be created from bringing together stories from elders, knowledge holders, researchers, and scientists all in one special document. So with the help of cultural advisors, we took on a new approach to State of the Bay, one that values both Indigenous knowledge and Western science. Integrating worldviews has been called weaving or braiding knowledges. It's been taught as two-eyed seeing by Mi'kmaq elder Albert Marshall. In Anishinaabe-Moan, the language of Minidogami, a similar concept has been shared by language speaker Dr. Brian McInnes as seeing both sides. And I hope, Brian, that you will help pronounce this word on the screen for us, as that's one that I'm still learning. The stories shared in State of the Bay are about appreciating the life and spirit of this place, acknowledging the gifts of land, water, sky, and all beings, and doing the work of protecting the Great Lake of the Spirit. It is our shared love of this place that brings us together in trying to care for and protect Minidogami, Georgian Bay. We're learning how science and Indigenous knowledge inform one another, creating a richer story of what is changing and how we share a profound responsibility to restore and care for this place, now and for future generations. So what does the latest State of the Bay report tell us? While Eastern Georgian Bay faces many of the same threats as other parts of the Great Lakes, there are regional differences across the coast, and trends vary across the different environmental indicators that we look at. Some of the high-level findings from the report include an unprecedented loss of the very important nutrient phosphorus in the offshore waters. Phosphorus is that nutrient that's essential for plants and animals that make up the entire aquatic food web. Invasive species like the quagga mussels shown here in this image have removed phosphorus from the water, reducing the amount of available food for native species all the way from the bottom of the food web to the top. This incredible photo that you see here was taken by Inspired Planet Productions, and what's really remarkable about it is that it shows just how prolific these filter feeders are, these invasive mussels that are found all over the bottom of Georgian Bay. And it illustrates how clear the offshore waters have become as a result of this filter feeding activity. So this photo was taken at 300 feet deep in Georgian Bay with no artificial light. So the water is so clear and so devoid of nutrients that no artificial light is required to take a photo that you see here at 300 feet deep. And I just find that absolutely remarkable and terrifying at the same time. So another sort of high-level finding from State of the Bay, some, and I guess this is kind of general, but some fish populations in the region are struggling while others are thriving. And this is really a great example of those regional differences that I was mentioning. Take walleye, for example. Most walleye populations in eastern Georgian Bay are considered to be depressed, but there are some bright spots in certain regions, like the Shawaniga River, for example. Smallmouth bass, on the other hand, seem to be doing quite well across the coast and are even known to be capitalizing on a new food resource, the presence of the invasive round goby. So bass seem to be feeding happily on this very prolific invasive species. And finally, climate change affects all aspects of the ecosystem and creates the need for urgent action. In State of the Bay, we look specifically at water temperature and ice cover in order to track environmental change, but it's obvious that this is not where the changes end, and the impacts are both numerous and concerning. Now, we know you care about the Bay, so what can you do to help? In the State of the Bay magazine, you can read about the many stewardship programs that are actively contributing to the protection and restoration of eastern Georgian Bay and how you can get involved in those. So over a dozen programs and resources are profiled in the State of the Bay magazine. Some of these include citizen science monitoring, using iNaturalist to report flora and fauna, and bonus points if you join the Georgian Bay Biosphere Project on iNaturalist. You can report locations of invasive species using apps like EdMaps Ontario, controlling the spread of invasive Phragmites. Georgian Bay Forever has really great resources on their website about how you can do that in your own community. Reporting and assisting turtles on roads. You can join a climate action group, monitor water quality, for example, through the Lake Partner Program, and supporting local causes that you care about. Find something that really interests you, and I guarantee you there's a citizen science project or a way that you can help out. And you're not alone in wanting to make a positive difference in Georgian Bay. There are many groups along the coast working tirelessly to better understand, monitor, protect, steward, and care for this special place. We hope you'll read about their work in State of the Bay and really feel inspired by it. So just before I wrap up, I want to take a moment to say chimigwech, big thanks to the entire State of the Bay team at the Biosphere and to all the supporters who have helped to make this latest report and this gathering today a reality. I can honestly say that I'm really proud of the work that we've done together. And from the feedback that we've received so far since releasing this new magazine in the summer, I know this report is doing its job in educating people and informing them and getting them to really open their eyes to different ways of knowing and seeing the world, and fostering an appreciation for the people and communities already dedicated to taking care of this special place. If you haven't read the magazine yet, what are you doing? But seriously, no, we've got lots of copies available at the registration table, and you can find them all around different businesses up and down the coast. I encourage you to pick one up. While you're at it, pick one up for a friend. They make really great coffee table magazines. You can flip through them at your leisure.
Stocking stuffer.
Great stocking stuffer, yeah. And if you have questions about what you're reading, reach out to us, attend our events to learn more. And if you feel inspired by what you're reading, get involved with a local cause that you believe in. Before I wrap up, I'd like to acknowledge the generous financial support that helped make this edition of State of the Bay possible. In addition to the logos you see here, individual and corporate donations have also helped make this latest report a reality. So thank you, miigwech, to all those who have contributed, not just to this iteration of the State of the Bay, but to all previous reports as well. And a special thanks to our gathering sponsors. And with that, chimigwech to everybody for being here.